and welcome to our podcast, Geeks Are Wired, where we talk about video games, movies, TV, comic books, technology, and TLDR, the Internet of Things. This week, we have Anna.
Hi, I'm here.
I'm mixing things up.
Nice.
And then we have Ted.
That's me.
Hey! You're just like waiting.
I was in suspense. I'm like, there's so many of us today that I was like, woo.
I had a 50-50 chance on that one.
Yeah. Who else do we have?
I don't know. You could do it.
Bill.
Bill.
Wow.
I like it.
Wow.
All right. So it's just three of us.
Just the three of us.
We
making castles in the sand. Just the three of us. You and I and you.
And me.
And
Yeah.
I already said you.
Oh.
Just the three of us.
Me.
You and I.
Hey. Me, I, and myself.
Myself and Irene.
Hey. All right. Let's see. What? So, I have another reason that you might want to get a Switch.
Lay it on me.
All right. So they end up going through the software in it.
Uh-huh.
People were trying to like, okay, how? Because people kind of get the software and see what type of things they can put into it, so you can get the fake games and all that stuff in it.
Mm-hmm.
And they found this software that looked like it ran NES software called
Golf.
No, actually it's FLOG. That's what it's called.
Flog.
Which is Flog.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we don't know how to activate it or what games or what they're going to release. What they found out is it was golf spelled backwards, and it wasn't an emulator for all NES games. It was the classic NES golf game that was built into the Switch. The catch is they're going through the code, they found this and they know it exists, but no one knows how to technically unlock it. Like whether there's some up, down, left, right, select, start. And apparently it's set up like it will work with the Switch controllers. They've updated it so it'll work with the motion on the Switch controllers. So they've done a lot with this game for it to be sitting in the background of the console.
Maybe there's some like golf enthusiasts back at Nintendo who like put it into the Switch just for themselves, so they could play it because they really liked it, and they just accidentally committed it.
Maybe.
I always put in my code. If Ted committed this, or Ted don't commit this, and if you see this committed, make sure and shame Ted mercilessly.
That's I usually put in. That's odd. It worked on Bill's machine. So but there's images, like they found stuff, but there's nothing that says this is how that you turn this game on. So it's interesting. I think there's going to be like this almost Ready Player One hunt to figure out how to turn it on.
Yeah, no one's figured out how to unlock it.
Yeah. So it's really interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I might, start just jamming buttons on my NES and my Joy-Cons.
See what happens.
Yeah. It'd be worth it.
Seems exciting.
So does it make it more motion like as far as like the way that Wii works then? Since like
the Joy-Con controllers, they still have motion in them. So like when you play Zelda or anything like that, you can still like aim and swing around and stuff like that. So kind of like this, kind of like the Wii U.
Zelda swing it? The swords? I know you can tilt the bow, but could you do it for the swords too?
I can't remember. I have been playing it individual or with as a portable Joy-Con, console.
Yeah, I have been like watching other things on the TV and then playing Zelda on the iPad thingy.
Actually, we ran into that when we were playing Mario Kart. Remember? You can tilt your controller and it'll drive the car.
Screw you up.
Yeah. Or screw you up if you weren't expecting it to work. Like that.
Yeah, no, that was suboptimal. I agree.
That makes it harder.
Well, that's if you turn it on. But if you knew it was there, like when they kind of explained that with the Wii U, you were turning the controller. You expected that, so you didn't actually turn.
Yeah, that was the worst way to drive.
that
Little steering wheel thing there.
That steering wheel made it worse.
Yeah, it really did.
Holding it in your hand and turning was one thing, but
it was still bad.
It's not very effective.
I
turned harder than I did.
Yeah, I'd always
instead of pushing the button harder.
I guess if you got good at it, like if I practiced enough, it'd probably be fine. But I think it takes more fine motor skills because you got to hold that stuff up in the air for a while, and then it gets.
Well, so you don't have to hold it up. That's why you lay it flat. You don't use the steering wheel. You have it in your lap and you just kind of like back and forth it. But raise one hand, drop one hand, keep it on your lap.
Never thought of it that way.
Yeah. So which means obviously when I turn, I'd like twist my hands around trying to like turn harder like a steering wheel. But
yeah, that's too much. I like just the nunchuck.
Yeah.
It's easier to operate with the nunchuck. It's a lot less work than it is to actually like move around the remote back and forth like that.
And that's the thing, is you also can drive the game with both controllers, with both Joy-Con controllers. Mm-hmm. So you can, that's with the Switch, you can turn them sideways and one at a time, or you can have both of them in your hand.
Yeah, I always prefer the both of them method. I liked the Wii just for the two-handed controls, and they didn't have to be right next to each other, so you could just have them down at your side. And like, because you get uncomfortable holding the controller like for 6 hours at a time. So
yeah, well,
it's
actually,
nice to be able to like just hold them at your side or whatever.
I guess I did play Zelda on the TV, and I wouldn't drop them into the little controller. I'd actually keep them separate in my hands.
So once I saw a 3D printed like intermediary controller that had a place for a cup. It had a cup holder in the middle of the two Switch controllers.
I don't know how I feel about that.
So you could slide it in there and then have a cup right there. And they had like a soda can in there with a straw sticking out. I was like, hey, that's a good way to get soda all over your Wii controllers.
Yeah.
Your Switch controllers.
That's what I'd be thinking.
But, yeah. If you can dream it, someone's 3D printed it already.
I was thinking if you can dream it, be it.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Oh.
And we're not doing the time warp, so don't ask.
At least you knew the reference. Okay. How about... Well, since we're talking about...
Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Yeah, let's go into cosplay. And talk about Snake River Comic-Con coming up.
Woo!
Yeah, it's September 29th, 30th, and October 1st. And their tickets are still on sale. VIP, I don't think, is available anymore. But you go to snakerivercomiccon.com, get your tickets there. And if you're from outside the area, I believe Clarion and Redline still have discount rooms for those staying for the convention.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I should get a room just so it's,
So you could just stay
easier.
there.
Yeah.
They give you the rides.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry. You can drink all the alcohol you want if you want.
Or... And I don't have to worry about coming back or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Do you know how many buses are operating between?
I'm not sure. I know they have the trolley one for sure.
Beep beep.
And there was talk that he may dress up as Mr. Rogers, but that wasn't 100% official at the time. But it'd be great if he would.
I love Mr. Rogers.
He'll drive you around the neighborhood.
Too bad he's dead.
That'd be pretty awesome. I would want him to drive me around.
Reverend Rogers.
Hashtag. I forgot. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's all right.
I let you down, Bill.
Nah. All right. Well, how about Alexa or Echo? I should say Echo and Microsoft.
Hey, Cortana, open Alexa. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's the complication. So, Cortana and Microsoft have worked together where Cortana, and Alexa can now use. It's really complicated. You have to go like, "Hey Cortana, open Alexa."
Do you think Cortana will stop giving me Bing results? Because I seriously hate Bing. I hate it. I hate it so much.
So your Xbox One, you have the Cortana voice. Or do you have a Kinect?
No. The Cortana. Let me think. Yeah, Cortana's the Amazon one, right?
No, Cortana's the Microsoft one.
Oh.
Echo is the hardware that Amazon has, which has the
I
software
totally
Alexa
just messed
inside.
this up. I'm dumb as a bag of hammers.
Oh, so you're saying Alexa's giving you Bing results?
Yeah. Wait, Alexa's the Amazon one,
yes.
Right? Yeah, and I have it on my Kindle. I got a Kindle Fire.
Oh,
and so I'll search on that, and it'll use Alexa to do it, and it'll give me Bing results, and it's really irritating.
You need to change your priority search.
Yeah, I should go into the settings. I'm kind of lazy.
Oh. See, I've already... that's the nice thing about the Echo, is you can go in and change so many settings on your phone. Like, I just go through and...
Just do it all.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Bing is, like, worst search engine. And to get better, a couple years ago, they just scraped Google's results and displayed those instead. Like, it was a thing for quite some time.
Yeah.
If they didn't have anything, like, referenced for it or whatever, they'd just go to Google and see what Google had for that search term and then display those top results. And they didn't even try to, like, hide it or anything. They just, like, put it in the same order and everything. Yeah, it was...
Right, so, it's kind of cool, I think, with this. I have an Xbox. Okay, so this is supposed to work with, like, Windows 10, which is technically what Xbox One has.
Okay.
So, technically, I've been trying... I have both an Xbox One and an Echo Dot, and I've been trying to get them to talk to each other.
Okay, let's be clear. You have 2 Xbox Ones.
Okay, there's that, too.
All right. You should get them to talk to each other. I know what we're doing after the podcast.
Going and grabbing food.
Making the Xboxes talk.
Ooh.
Yeah. It'll be like me, myself, and everyone I know, but instead of poop, it'll be talk.
Actually, I had to switch because I was using the longest time the Xbox command instead of the Cortana command.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can't turn off my console with the Xbox command. And I'm hoping with them working with Amazon that Cortana got better. I'm hoping.
I know that in the course of normal conversation while watching Game of Thrones, we activate the Xbox controls more often than I would like.
Yes. And now you have to say, "Hey Cortana," so it's a little more.
Cortana seems more unique than Xbox because it often mistakes stuff for.
You can talk about the console without triggering it.
But we weren't even talking about the console. We were talking about what was going on in Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even remember what we said. But at the time, it was like, oh, I can understand why Xbox made that mistake. But it was still really frustrating when, someone's getting decapitated and Xbox is like, do you want us to turn the volume down?
Actually, have you guys seen the new season of South Park yet?
I watched the first episode. That's all that's been released, isn't it?
Well, the second one is...
Today,
the day of our recording on Wednesday. The 20th.
Yeah.
I had to turn off my Echo.
Oh, because they kept talking about yeah.
He's like, or Alexa, put something on my list.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
and it's like booby farts or whatever.
Yeah. At first I was like, okay, maybe Alexa's recognizing that this is not. Maybe Echo's
on my shopping list.
Yeah, maybe it's not because it wasn't triggering. I was like, okay, maybe it recognizes that something else is going on, and this is not actually. And then one time, Cartman said something about like making a timer or tell me a joke or something like that. Or no, he said set a timer or set an alarm for 7 a.m. or something like that. And it heard it and it caught it. And
did it.
I paused the show. I told Alexa to cancel the alarm, and there's a button to mute the mic. And I was like, done. Now I will continue watching my show.
It's funny, 'cause something like that happened a while back where, like, I think we covered it on the podcast too, where
the news
some show, like, there was a news story on that, like,
Good Morning America
ended up buying a whole bunch of people's,
like baby cribs, I think is what it was.
Yeah, or something. Yeah.
Yeah. They apologized. They were.
That's where, Amazon needs to get their head out of their butt and stop requiring one-click purchases.
Or on something like that, you need a little more, like you need a few additional steps.
Yeah, you need a verification step. You absolutely need a verification
Microsoft has
step.
that. You can't just go Xbox sign out. You have to, because it's going to go, are you wanting to sign out? Sign out this person?
Mm-hmm.
You have to say yes and all that.
People get irritated at that, but it's there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it triggers accidentally. Like I had a friend who had downloaded a program it was called Push the Effin' Button. And what it would do is anytime a dialogue that came up that said, like, are you sure? Like when you're deleting a file or something like that, it would just automatically hit yes. So just always hit yes. And he accidentally deleted the wrong file. And he had it set up to say yes and then empty the wastebasket. So as soon as he hit delete on it, it would it was gone.
So it was basically a control delete. Of that.
Yeah. And he regretted it.
I bet. That's why you don't just click the buttons.
Yeah, I know.
Read the text.
So it makes it easier for Cortana and Alexa to be connected that way then, right? Because it prevents some of these issues that might be happening.
Well, what does Microsoft get out of this?
I think Microsoft gets a lot out of it. They're getting the Amazon Assistant on their stuff. They because if you don't use a lot of the Amazon stuff for like your calendar or your list or anything, and use a lot of the Microsoft, or maybe it's starting to get people to use the Microsoft stuff.
Mm-hmm. So
you can go like, hey, go check my Microsoft calendar. So I think Microsoft's getting a way better deal on this.
Yeah. I don't know. They can't compete with Google, so.
Honestly, Amazon's not doing bad. I do not. My Echo is awesome. It hears me around the corner. I can set a timer really quick.
Well, the thing is, though, that Amazon is always trying to sell you something, and Google's not. And that's why the Google one's better.
Oh, I can see that.
So, the functionality is designed around being helpful for Google, but the functionality is designed around selling you something for Amazon.
True.
So,
because Google does have a lot of stuff, but Amazon has a lot more integration at this moment. Google's definitely trying to pick a lot of it up, but Google, they're also integrating stuff to a point. They seem to almost want to just keep their stuff, because some people want to work with it, and Amazon, they'll just the voice activation, the fan company wants to do it. They got it on Amazon, no problem. Went to Google. Google has that stuff locked down, and it's really, really hard to actually get in on it. And they're a fan company. Google's not making a fan anytime soon.
Right. It's interesting.
It's nice for convenience, but I don't know about the whole idea of our phones and other devices actually listening to us all the time.
Oh, they always listen to us.
Doesn't yours activate through voice?
I'm not sure.
Can you
I
go,
think
hey,
she has
Siri?
to hold the button down.
Oh, you have an older version.
Yeah, I have the Apple
So
5S.
I can say, okay, Google, and look at my phone questionably sometimes. If I say it just right and loud enough.
The nice thing about that is it's only when the screen's on, but the nice thing about that is if a friend does it while you're walking with them, it'll get everybody's phone. If you're playing Pokemon Go or something, and then someone says, okay, Google.
Yeah. That doesn't work with your voice. I trained it to my voice.
It.
Though there was a commercial that sounded just enough like my voice, it would trigger it to, it would get the keyword, but it wouldn't catch what it was trying to do.
Oh, that's good, I guess. I don't know why you're listening to commercials. So Ann and
I was watching CW when they pulled Arrow off of Hulu.
Oh, that's so sad. Oh, and I saw something that you would like. Gotham is getting the next season on Netflix.
Yay.
I think it's the beginning of next month is what I read.
Wait. I guess I didn't catch that.
It's because Gotham wasn't up to date with the most recent season.
Correct.
And Hulu didn't have all the episodes. They only had the 3 most recent episodes. And so Anna got to the current season, which was last season. And they didn't have all the episodes. So she missed the first 3 or 4 episodes. So she stopped watching.
Yeah, it was hard. I watched the first 2 seasons, and then the third season since I was trying to check up on Hulu,
Mhm.
like I couldn't jump into it. Otherwise, like I'd be missing like a whole chunk of the beginning of the
Understand.
start of the third season.
Yeah.
Last season was actually pretty good. I enjoyed
So,
it. I'm so about this new season. I'm not sure how I feel,
and I won't be able to tell you.
but I maybe fanboy.
Is it
I should just
season?
go to order.
Is it season 3 that you're talking about, or season 4? Season
whatever's
4
coming
hasn't come out yet, right?
Season 4 then.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's coming out on Netflix in October, I believe. And so Anna just binged on Westworld, and I discovered the love that is Amazon Prime and their streaming service, and so I watched all of Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency. I think that was on Amazon.
I think so. I think that's where I saw it.
And I liked it. So I was only going to watch one episode, and then I was going to do some housework.
Hey, that's how I started watching it.
I sat down and watched the entire season 1, which is like 9 episodes, like 45 minutes each.
Yeah, they're not short episodes.
Sunday. Oh, that's what I did on Sunday, is just watch that.
Yeah. And then you found out that the second season wasn't starting for another month.
Well, I thought that season had just come out, so I thought I was going to have to wait another year. So that's good news to me.
It hasn't come out yet.
Yeah. And then Anna burned through Westworld.
Yeah,
Nice.
I finished Westworld. I enjoyed it.
Was it binge worthy? Because Joe and Jordan were like, this should have been a binged show. I was kind of so on the fence. I could see, but
Somewhat, yeah. I feel like it's bingeable.
all right.
So like just kind of going one episode at a time, but I kind of broke it up. So like I watched like 4 episodes, about 4 episodes, like as I sat down, and then like, yeah, I was able to get through it, and it wasn't quite what I was expecting as far as like getting to the end of the season.
Oh yes, I was. Yeah, I'm glad they. Have you ever seen the movie?
I have not.
The movie is, I think, still holds up. Like even when I got getting people to watch it, that person was like, I don't know, this is 70s. This is, I don't know, but they do a great job. I think, even for it being an old movie, I watched it and I was like, this was not a regretted rewatch, because usually you don't want to go back and watch stuff. You were like, hey, it was awesome. Actually, speaking of that, you guys seen the new DuckTales?
No.
I haven't watched it. What's it on?
Disney XD or Amazon if you pay for the episode.
Yeah, they moved. I was pissed last night. I wanted to watch. I've been watching The Last Airbender on Amazon, and they moved it to pay. Yeah, just the old episodes.
Yeah,
I was just going through them again because it's been a while. Yeah. And they moved it to pay, which ticked me off. But then I moved on to Steven Universe and have been watching that. So
yeah,
I'm pleased with that. It's definitely a kid's show, but I really enjoy it. Like it's soothing. It's really soothing. The episodes are short, and the thing that I like about it is that it builds on itself.
Nice.
So, like in one episode, he'll find a lion that was friendly and helpful, and then from then on, the lion. Well, I don't know if forever, but something might happen to the lion in future episodes. I don't know, but every episode after that I've watched so far has had lion in it, and. So yeah, anything that happens has a consequence on future episodes, which is really cool.
That's what I like about a lot of cartoons nowadays. Well, that's what I was gonna say with DuckTales. Like I was expecting this remake of like, oh, it's so just cashing on money. No, they brought it. It's a 2-part episode. They have like the first part of the backstory is kind of with Donald Duck, who I could honestly barely understand. I was like, man, I know Donald Duck's hard to understand in the first place, but you probably should have made it a little less. Bane and Donald Duck.
He's like Kenny. You're not supposed to understand him.
If
you want to understand him, just put on subtitles.
There you go. But so the first half introduction is kind of so, and then they did the song. They kept the song the same.
Exactly the same?
Exactly the same, but a new singer. It was awesome. And then they went to the episode, and it was really good. Like they did a great job with it. They modernized it. One of the other shows that's I noticed a lot of the changes, like even as if they go through the seasons, that an event happens, it'll stay there. Rick and Morty, like when the house got transported, that crack is still around the house.
So they do, and then they if they forget something, they're just like, oh yeah, alternate universe, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked the whole like we're buried in the backyard thing. And they kept calling back to that. So
They fully. Have you seen any of the new season?
I've watched up to Pickle Rick. I haven't been able to see the other ones, but
So you saw them deal with the people in the backyard.
yeah, no, yeah.
So they can't reference them anymore.
Maybe. You never know.
Yeah. But it was, yeah, they've been doing pretty well. Lately. I've been enjoying them.
That's one that I need to actually pick up and start watching is Rick and Morty.
I keep hoping I'll find them on some streaming because I don't know if they're still on Netflix, but at one point they were like on all three, Amazon, Netflix, and Hulu. And then you could watch I watched the first 3 episodes on Cartoon Network. .com, even though I don't have a cable subscription. Adult Swim?
Yeah, it's Adult Swim.
Whatever.
I know.
It's the same thing, whatever. But I haven't tried to get the other episodes, but I assume that they're not there.
I think they've been rolling them out. I've gotten a subscription to the provider, which means I now have access to that. All I can say, though, is watching them on Adult Swim, I do not want to see another Old Spice commercial. And Progressive. Both of those. I hit a middle point in one of the episodes when I was watching. They did those commercials. I swear it was like a 10-minute commercial break. They showed a Progressive commercial, 2 different Progressive commercials 3 times, and 2 different Old Spice commercials like 5 times each. I was like,
that's seriously frustrating.
Yeah, I was about to no, I'm done. I want to throw away my phone now.
So you like bought cable, or you just signed up to do just streaming?
I signed up for
Sling.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm not gonna pay for something that gives me commercials also.
Well, no, that's the nice thing is you can get the DVR service with that now too. So skip.
Okay, they still have commercials.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, and Sling. I looked at the pricing and stuff for that, and it's just too expensive. I'm not going to bother with it, and especially now that I hear that there's commercials on it, I just won't do it. And if Hulu starts having commercials, I'll drop that.
Well, no, with the
Hulu does have commercials.
No, it was the AdultSwim.com is what I saw that commercial on.
Yeah.
After I got the Sling, it was much better.
Much better. Yeah. So yeah. If it's free and it has commercials, I'll watch it.
Yeah. All right. Totally.
Yeah. If I got to pay for it and it has commercials, I'm not paying for it. So, but I also won't clandestinely acquire my episodes, which is why I haven't seen those episodes.
Because they don't have commercials. All right. Let's go back to Google, though. So everyone was excited about Google. There was people talking like, oh, the Google release that's coming out next month is going to be better than Amazon's. Because they've been really tight-lipped and nothing about any of their stuff has leaked out. Well, their stuff leaked out. And they have now brought to us the Google Home Mini, which looks like a little fabric.
It's an earbud.
Well, no, I'm thinking it's about the size of the Echo Dot.
But it looks like an earbud.
I was thinking it looks like a fabric soap bar of soap.
That's has nothing to say to you.
Yeah, it has 4 dots on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be $50, so it's the same competitive price as the Echo Dot. So it's basically a smaller version of the main one without the booming speaker. So you're not going to have your bass, but even with the Echo Dot, I can still listen to podcasts. I can still listen to music. It's not the
What's
greatest
Meghan
speaker.
Trainor going to do though?
What? Oh, with all of the bass. She'll have to get the official $200 Home or Echo.
Well, she's gonna.
It looks like they come in different colors.
Yep, they come in different colors.
Ooh, that's like Apple.
Well, with the Echo Dot, you can get cozies to go around them if you want.
On Etsy?
No, through Amazon. I'm sure you could through Etsy too. Or you could knit your own if you want.
If I knew how to knit, I could.
Oh, I can teach you.
Knitting lesson.
Woo! Actually, no. I either know how to knit or I know how to crochet, and I keep on mixing that up.
You don't remember which it is?
Yeah.
But you give you some yarn and some sticks, and you'll make something.
Exactly. Give me 2 sticks and yarn, and I'm going to make a okay cozy.
Wait, do your sticks have hooks on the end of them? Or are they just straight sticks?
Okay, I'm better with the straight sticks than the one with the hook.
Because I think straight stick is crocheting, and I think hooked is knitted.
Okay, I'm better at crocheting. I can... The other one. Knit.
I thought the sticks were knitting.
Well, I'm going to look it up.
Especially if you have two long straight sticks.
Okay, Google. Answer us questions. All right. Well, while you're looking that up, the other things that were released is... Oh, so that was the other thing. Price Point was released too, which is interesting. Is the Chromebook, which this Chromebook it will have 128 gigs of storage on it. It's going to be called the Pixel Book. So I guess it's the Google Pixel Book. It's basically a Chromebook. And they start at $1,200.
Yeah, because, if you want a piece of electronics that you can't do anything with, and you don't want an Apple, but you still want to pay a lot,
Google's there for you.
Google's got you covered.
And if you want a pen that kind of sort of works with your stuff, but you don't want an Apple, Google's got you covered for that too.
Google's got you covered.
$100 for a pen.
Nice.
Stylus. Pen.
Nice. Yeah, we love those styli.
A Pixel Book pen.
Nice.
All right, so...
knitting uses needles.
So two of them.
And crochet uses a single hook for one live stitch. So, yeah, crocheting is stronger and thicker than knitting. Yeah.
All right.
There you go. So if it doesn't have the things, then that's knitting. If it does have a hook, it's crocheting.
Sweet. And knitting's usually those two.
In one hand, like chopsticks.
No, I'm not that good. Actually, I some like giant ones. They're like, I can crochet.
If you were really good, you could do it. Like knit a pair of gloves at the same time.
Whoa.
I crocheted before, trying to make a small blanket or something.
It turned into a nice little cozy, didn't it?
Yeah, I would say so.
You could start now and make something for the life that's growing inside of you.
Yeah, that's possible.
Although if it's a girl, it won't matter.
Colors don't matter. Just stick with a color and put it on it.
Oh, no, I just mean... Never mind.
No. Okay.
I was making a Borat reference.
Oh.
But I was afraid I might offend people, and then they would have to call us at 801-896-4335.
Hey.
Or 896-GEEK and complain. But I doubt, even if I did say it, they still wouldn't call.
So I realized maybe some of our listeners might be worried about always being on. I might change the message. With your permission, we'll play your message. Otherwise, you could just ask us questions, and we won't play. If you don't give us permission, we won't play that message.
Ooh.
Yes.
You think people might have been ashamed of their own voice? Come on, if your voice is goofy like mine.
Or mine.
Yours isn't goofy.
I've been doing it for 5 years, and I keep on telling myself that.
Hey, so email us at geeksarewired@gmail.com and tell us who has the goofiest voice, me or Bill.
There you go.
And correct answers will be rewarded non-monetarily.
What if they say Bill and Ted
Then they're wrong.
have goofy voices?
It's not the right answer.
No.
Just not the right answer.
There's also a new upgraded Daydream VR headset.
I'm still thinking I want to get the Google Cardboard.
Yeah, well, Google. I have something that's like a Google Cardboard, but it needs like a rubber band on it, so it stays in my head.
Yeah, someone at my work got one, and I just wanted to steal it from them, but I'm not that kind of person.
No,
I could be.
Oh, I do remember that. I was very disappointed. I was away from my desk when it was sent out. I was sad.
Offered.
All right, what's the other stuff?
Life's hard.
So there was a Bluetooth issue that came out called Blueborn. It attacks most Bluetooth devices, but this company found it, and then they called up everybody, and this made me lose trust in a company I thought I had more trust in. But they called up Google. They were contacted back on April 19th and patched on September 4th. Microsoft called on April 19th, patched on July 11th. Apple contacted on August 9th, and supposedly they had no vulnerabilities. They probably had already patched it or taken care of stuff. Linux, they contacted the people who work on a lot of the major stuff on that. They patched it on September 12th. Samsung has called multiple occasions on April, May, and June, and no response.
Nice.
So if you have a SmartThings device or a Samsung phone with their proprietary software on it, you might have an issue.
That's neat. So how does the threat work? What does it do? You didn't look into that, did you?
I was doing.
Nerd.
And then what
Actually, you're not a nerd if you don't know.
I tilted it. Let's see. I know. I think it was that they could access they could access the information. They could use it as a gateway. So, like on SmartThings devices, they could use it as the gateway. I know I looked it up. I read it. I just forgot. There. And they can take control over devices. So this is something that actually should be patched up, especially on SmartThing devices. Especially where Samsung is trying to be one of the big players in the SmartThing devices.
Oh my goodness. So you don't even have to be on discoverable mode for this to be a problem.
Oh no. That's the other thing is if your Bluetooth, that's actually why I turn off a lot of the Bluetooth stuff too. Because DEF CON revealed that once. If your Bluetooth is on, period, you can be found.
Well, yeah, you can be found, but...
No, you don't have to be, like you said, you don't have to be on discoverable mode.
I understand that, but usually in discoverable mode, it will, like, accept connections and things like that. But I guess it's going to accept connections from previously paired items, so...
Yeah.
That makes sense. Interesting.
And Bluetooth is a long-range thing, too, so this attack can be done without the person even in the area to you. Because Bluetooth can hit like...
It's not that far.
I thought it was at least like 40 or 50 feet.
It's like 6 miles.
Ah! See, look at that. Was that right?
No, 6 miles is absolutely
I was
wrong.
like... I know, like, for you work with a lot of the headphones and stuff, it's like 12 feet, but I know you can reach, like, quite good distances, especially with newer versions of Bluetooth. So, I can...
Let's see.
32 feet.
Yeah, 32 feet Class 2 devices. And they're the most common.
And, well, a lot of the newer devices also have Class 5, so... But it's still 32 feet. So,
yeah, that's a good ways away.
So, update your devices. Update your software. Well, mostly it's Microsoft software. No one wants to hit that update button.
Okay.
Update your software.
So, the higher the class, the crappier the range is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the lower the power. So a Class 1 can go up to 328 feet. A Class 2 goes to 33 feet, and a Class 3 is less than 10 meters. So...
I wonder if that's also gets the ability to how much you can transfer, or how fast you can transfer.
Probably. So Class 2 is the most common because they get a better ratio of distance for power usage. So most devices are 2. But yeah, that's exciting.
Well, okay. Well, I got some more Amazon news.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Now, if you got something from Amazon and it's just too much effort to put that back in the box, put that label they told you to print off or it included on the box that they sent you, and drop it off at the UPS or FedEx or U.S. Postal Service store, then all you have to do is take it to Kohl's and they'll do it for you.
Where's our closest Kohl's? Idaho Falls?
Maybe. Well, this is also in like Los Angeles and
bigger cities.
Yeah.
And it's any Amazon item?
Apparently, it's any Amazon item.
Because I might just buy some adult toys on Amazon just to return them to Kohl's. Because that sounds like fun.
Okay, that did make it way more entertaining. Yes, 82 stores in Chicago and Los Angeles areas.
Ah, lame.
I
So
know.
I have to drive to Los Angeles or Chicago.
Yep.
I got to figure this out.
It's closer to drive to Los Angeles, I promise you that. I've been to both the places. Los Angeles is easier to drive to.
I don't think it would be worth it.
Did you
Oh,
say
come on. That sounds so awesome.
Los Angeles or Detroit?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Scruff McGruff, Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago.
60652. That song is not stuck in my head from my childhood.
Actually, I remember that too.
When I went to Chicago, that's all that was in my head. I couldn't get rid of it. I was like,
You used to live in Illinois, Ted.
I did. I used to live in Decatur, Illinois.
Yeah.
And it took me like a day and a half to get back to Pocatello from there.
It's like a 12-hour drive, I think, to LA, isn't it? Or is that Vegas?
I don't know. It's an 8-hour drive to LA. Or to Vegas.
Oh, then it's probably a 12 to LA then.
I'd say it's pretty close.
I know I've done that drive. It was fun.
Yeah, I think Los Angeles is much closer than Chicago, though.
Or are you going to actually fly there?
Fly. No, drive, buddy.
Okay, LA then. And you can take your adult toys. Just gather up all your adult toys, drive to LA, and then say, I don't want these. And also the other thing with it, because apparently this is Amazon's way of competing against Google, because Amazon purchased Whole Foods and then dropped the prices on a bunch of stuff. Google is working with Walmart. Really disappointed in that choice, but it makes sense. So Amazon is now working with Kohl's, and they are, selling all their Echo and Home and stuff in their stores, like every other store in reality. Like, we're selling the Amazon Echo, so is Walmart. Why should I buy from you? And that's the other thing is, even though you can have them box it up and ship it back, that's really it. They will ship it back for you for free. Like, that's literally what I can do on my own. And if I accidentally buy that package, it looks like either way, I'm paying for the return, putting it back on the shelf. And whether I take it to Kohl's or ship it myself. Because they don't say, there's nothing that was said. They said free shipping. I'm like, yeah, it's free shipping when you print off that label, too. But they also charge you like 10% to put it back on the shelf. If you accidentally order it.
Amazon?
Amazon does. It's a pain in the butt if you accidentally order from Amazon. And the other thing, that's why, I've heard, oh, you can buy clothes. I've actually looked at it. I'm like, hey, I wonder if that would fit. I don't know, and I don't want to pay to send it back or try to get the right one.
I have a friend who buys shoes from, Zappos or something like that.
Yeah.
And she buys, 20 pairs of shoes at the same time. We were in class, and I saw her,
Whoa.
ordering stuff, right? And I saw it all in her cart, and she had, 20 pairs of shoes, and it was, $2,500 or something like that. It was a lot.
Oh.
And she bought them. She tried them all on, and then sent all but one pair back. And it didn't cost her anything, extra.
That would have, if Amazon would do stuff like that, I might actually buy more stuff from them.
That's a lot of shipping, though, if you think about it. They probably did not make any money. Don't ever make any money off of her.
Yeah.
But
that's all. That's like those boxes with we picked out clothing that should fit you perfectly. And what you keep, we charge you. By the way, that t-shirt is worth $80. And we're not discounting it. I decided to do one of those once. I was like, I can't afford any of this. I wore it. I'm like, yep, I'm allowed to wear it. You said so. It doesn't quite fit right. Nope.
Send it back with big old sweat marks in it.
I sent it back. I was like, nope. Just nope.
I think I heard an ad for something like that. It was on the Dollop. The Dollop was talking about that. Was trying to get you to sign up for that, and I chose not to.
It's not bad if you're like, oh, I need some clothes. If the clothes weren't so ridiculously expensive, I might kind of, sort of, maybe think about it. But on the other side, the one time you forget to box it up within like 7 days and send it back, you will so get yelled at by somebody.
You mean your lady friend?
Yeah, that one.
When they get the bill?
Oh, just as soon as I hear about it, I was like, but you sent that back. Oh, shoot.
No, no.
I would be angry too if Ted did the same thing.
Oh, blame you. I know.
You wouldn't be angry at me. You've never been angry at me, Anna.
Oh.
She'd make you work overtime, like all of the overtime.
I worked 60 hours once. It was rough.
Yeah, she might make you work like 100. You wanted that shirt and that pants? Guess what? You're working it off this week.
Make you work, make you work.
Okay. As long as I get all that junk up in that trunk.
Well, you would just get a pair of pants and a shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to work for the junk in the trunk anymore.
No.
You still have to work for it.
Shot down.
Ah. All right. So, also, it's Google competing against Apple. They've released a pair of headphones that you put in your ears that look exactly like, well, I should
Music
say
notes?
Google. Yeah. The what?
They look like music notes. I feel like if I put a box around it and jumped on it, I'd get shot way up into the air.
I guess you do get a pair. I was wrong. Actually, you do get a pair of headphones with Apples. It's not just the one. So it looks exactly like Apple's, though. It's called Beowulf headphones with Google Assistant.
But they spelled Beowulf wrong.
I know. It's not Beowulf. It's Beowulf.
Beowulf. That's spelled wrong.
No. But it has Google Assistant built into it.
Hmm. If it was a bird, it would be a bagel.
So is that wireless? It looks like it is wireless, isn't it?
Yes, they're wireless. Oh, no. Like I said, they look exactly like the Apple earbuds. I'm afraid these things are going to fall out my ear. I'm going to lose them.
I have a hard time getting excited about earbuds.
Wait, are you talking about like the AirBuds?
No.
Like the...
Yeah, little dogs. Little dogs. That's why it's called Beowulf.
No, I think actually she's right. I think they're called AirBuds.
Yeah, I think
Apple
that
AirBud?
there are. Yeah, I think it's Apple AirBuds and.
No, that's that stupid movie with the dog that plays baseball or
AirPods.
football or whatever.
They're AirPods, not AirBuds.
Okay, AirPods.
See, look at those, though. Look at that image.
Yeah, they don't have any wires to them.
That looks exactly like...
No, it's more domed looking. Look at that.
Okay.
That one has an exclamation point on it.
Yeah, they go straight in the ear, and then you wonder
They
if
dangle
they're
out.
still. Yeah, just
Actually,
a little bit.
I went back and started with old shows going back. Went back and watched Ugly Betty. And the receptionist has one of these in her ear from 15 years ago?
You know how you keep those in?
How?
Super glue.
Ooh.
You don't think earwax is enough?
No, actually, apparently they stay in your ear fairly well. I would be surprised still. I have issues with earbuds that go in my ear that suction sometimes as it is. They work really well as noise blockers.
I like the ones that suction into the ear, except for when you take them off.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think that people buy that crap and they spent $300 on a pair of headphones that won't even stay in their ear. So they got to tell themselves that it's not that bad so they don't feel bad for losing money.
Yeah, I can't stand... That's like the $1,000 phones. I'm just like, no. That's why I'm not everyone's like, oh, Google's new Pixel 2, and they're going to have so many versions and all this. I'm like, yeah, Apple just announced they're going to charge $1,000 for their top-end phone at the starting point. Google's not going to not do the same thing.
Yeah.
They're going to they're going to follow suit and go, we could sell our phone for $1,000, and I guarantee people are going to buy it. Actually, that's something else is apparently, okay, Google uses Sprint and T-Mobile. Apparently there's something going on where T-Mobile and Sprint are going to merge. not sure who's buying who, or if it's just Google trying to get both. But my T-Mobile network might become a Google Fi network with free Tuesday stuff.
Well,
that I might or might not like.
We've been thinking about moving over to the Google Fi, and the only hurdle is the initial cost of the phones. But I think if we can get away with paying like $60 a month versus $200 a month, that it'll pay for itself pretty quickly.
No, you can pay you can break it down over a monthly thing. So you can pay the phone off for 2 years if you want, or pay it off faster.
On Google? I think we'll have to look into it a little better.
If I was you, I'd really wait until the second generation of Pixels come out.
Then you can get a first-gen Pixel.
Well, there's that. You can get a first-gen Pixel for really, really cheap. And if you want, you could even buy a first-gen Pixel from a third party and then bring it into the Fi network.
I still think my current phone would probably work.
What is your current phone?
It's an HTC Bolt. It's a Sprint exclusive.
It would not work on Fi.
You can't guarantee that. You don't know that.
Google says these are the phones that are allowed. The Nexus 6, the Nexus 6P, 5X, Pixel, and Pixel
I don't believe you.
XL. Pixel large.
I don't believe you.
It's what their site says.
Yeah.
Shh.
I've been looking into it.
Mike hasn't been on the podcast for a while, so I wanted to play his part.
Oh, I see.
Go ahead, Ted. Play as Mike.
Oh, that's it. I'm done.
Shenanigans.
All right, I blew up. I apologize.
What else? I don't think we actually have much else. Have you guys seen It yet?
Yeah, we watched
Yes.
it. We loved it.
Okay, we'll talk about It.
All right. Are we going to do spoilers? It's like 2 weeks old now. Remember we talked about it once already.
Okay.
Because we talked about, I made that really horrible joke about thinking that it was actually IT instead of It, and then talking about...
We did talk about it last week. As
dragging a computer across a shag carpet.
Motherboard, remember? I changed it up to motherboard.
You changed it up, I know.
Okay, so... Well, or should we wait till... I don't know, we're actually running into... With Comic-Con coming up. It might just have to be now or never.
Yeah, because we don't want to spoil it at Comic-Con. Those people are...
You guys might be mad at us. So we'll have to do this. We couldn't do spoilers there. And next week we have the creators back.
Tangle?
Yep.
So, yeah, let's spoil it then.
Spoil it away.
Well, that's our show, unless you want to hear the spoilers. In which case, spoilers to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, so basically no one's listening from this point on, right?
Clowns are stupid.
I don't know what there is to spoil, really. I mean, because it's a book, and there was a TV show.
TV movie.
Yeah, well, what did they call them back then? Miniseries? You never hear them call miniseries anymore.
Made for TV movie.
No, but it was a series. It wasn't one movie. It was like split over the course of several...
2. It was split over 2 Sundays.
Yeah, see, that's a miniseries.
Then what is it now? It's going to be split over 2 movies.
But it's a movie. I don't know.
It was a movie then, too.
I blew up. My ignorance is showing through. I'm sorry.
2 movies, 2 hours.
All right.
Actually, how long is this one? I forgot to look.
I didn't.
Did it feel long? How about that?
It didn't, because it was so freaking good. It started off with that little kid's arm getting ripped off, and then him pulling back in, and oh my gosh, it just went strong from there on. So,
I think Google says it's like 2 hours, 15 minutes long for the movie.
IMDb says 2 hours and 15 minutes also.
It's nice. See?
So that's with credits and any after credits stuff.
Was there any after credits?
Oh, you didn't. You didn't stick around.
It, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't wait.
It just said.
Oh, that's cool.
I
didn't notice that.
Part 1. Yeah, it's got a neat little thing on IMDb.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So in part 1, and then we got up and left because it was time to go. So I really enjoyed.
You left early.
Is there a thing after?
There's a thing after. There is.
We're gonna have to go watch.
There is an during credit and an after credit.
Click to see what's after credits.
Yes, I can.
Is this worth waiting around for? -501
11.
rating, 715 votes.
For Pro.
That says negative 511.
But it also says 715.
Out of 715 votes,
I see.
511 people said no.
Ah.
So it's not worth waiting around for.
I know a lot of people said that about the Captain America. No, what was the last Marvel movie that came out?
Deadpool.
Oh. Was it Avengers?
Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, Spider-Man. A lot of people said that the Spider-Man wasn't worth sticking around for. I thought it was hilarious.
Was that where they went to the press conference?
It was a white screen with Captain America. It's like, patience. Sometimes it pays off. Sometimes all you get is somebody standing here talking about it.
Yeah.
It was basically just Captain America.
It was just funny. Yeah.
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 And people said that about the end of
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
I don't remember that one.
Didn't we promise spoilers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, spoil away.
All right. So, I don't know. I got excited to spoil it. I don't know. So they defeat the clown, but they didn't follow him down the little pit that he went down. I'm like, why didn't they? And then they're going to wait around for 27 years. It was weird because she said that she saw an image of like themselves 27 years later when she was like floating in the air with her eyes glowing. You didn't watch it, did you?
I haven't seen it. I plan on going to see it. I was actually waiting for my movie pass card, which apparently is still on its way.
Never coming.
It's on its way.
You've been ripped off.
Well, they hired 3/4 more staff. We're really sucking at spoiling it.
It was actually a really good show. I enjoyed it. Like all the child actors, they were definitely great actors. Yeah. Like every single one of them.
And they had some of the best jokes, like can you go into your mom's bath? Are you saying the to you? Do you go to the same bathroom as your mom? Yeah. Oh, you probably got crabs.
Oh, that was in the commercial, actually. Yeah.
Was it? Okay. Well, he goes into the house and he's like, I drew the short straw. It's a good thing we didn't go by penis size. Yeah, that kid from Stranger Things is like just dirty, and it's awesome.
He really was. If you watch the old It, like it kind of follows the kids, and as they kind of see Pennywise, they just kind of have their own phobia just kind of appear to them. And so once they see him, then they can see everything else that the other kids kind of see. So like the girl specifically, like she was seeing like blood come out of like the sink, and her father came in and he couldn't see any blood anywhere. But then she was like, am I nuts? And so like she brings all of her group of friends like into her house.
Boys into the bathroom.
Yeah, she's like, my father's gonna kill me if I bring boys into the house. But I need you to see this. So she brings them into the house and they see all the blood there. At least the ones that have already seen Pennywise.
Well, the one that hadn't seen Pennywise was waiting outside, though, is the thing. So he was on lookout for their dad. That was
because they weren't expecting him to have seen.
I don't know that was the case. They just, for whatever reason, they made him wait outside because he's more obnoxious than the other. And then there was all the jokes about New Kids on the Block.
Oh, yeah. It was the 80s.
Yeah, it was kind of great. Like, the kid has a New Kids on the Block's poster, and
he was the new kid in class.
Yeah.
He's kind of more of the heavier kid that was in the show, but she the girl befriended him, and she was the one that found out that he likes New Kids on the Block, and she's like, "Oh, you're the new kid." No, of course you like New Kids on the Block. It's pretty funny.
And they like make references to it, like to each other, and like nobody else kind of gets it, but he does. And then, but like they're in his bedroom, and he has a New Kid on the Block poster on the back of his door, and she like opens his door where everybody has their back turned, and sees it, and he's like, no, 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 no. And then finally she just like opens the door so that it's not visible, like to help him. But it was pretty funny.
All right.
But so we were having a discussion about whether Pennywise could take out the monster from Stranger Things. And I think the argument was that Pennywise would get its butt kicked because it is vulnerable to things that aren't afraid of it. But if you think about the monster from
Stranger Things,
it didn't really show any fear, like in the movie or whatever, or in the show. But the thing is that Pennywise would know what it was afraid of, and so it would be able to use that as a vector, and we can't even imagine what it would be afraid of, but I imagine that it is afraid of something.
It's afraid of something really stupid, like tribbles.
Yeah. So, and one of the things that got me, I was watching this, and I was thinking, man, Harry Potter, right?
The ultimate, like Voldemort all over the place.
No, not Voldemort.
Or you're talking about
the Boogle. What the heck are they called, Anna?
I'm talking about the guardian ghost.
It's in the closet. They have it in the bureau, and the Defense Against the Dark Arts to get it out, and Lupin, like, you see the thing that you're most afraid of. So when Lupin saw it, there was like a moon or something like that, and he turned into a balloon and popped it real quick, and then like Neville, I think, saw. Or someone saw a spider. No, it was Ron saw a spider, and they put it on skates, and it was called like a boggle or boogle, or I can't.
Death Eater.
No. It's not a Death Eater.
No, it's not the Death Eater?
It was trying to pretend that it's...
Yeah, it was like it fed on the fear of people, and it turned into the thing that they feared the most.
What are the Death Eaters then?
Death Eaters are just Voldemort's followers.
Is it?
Yeah, that's all they are. It's just Voldemort's followers were called the Death Eaters.
Well, there were like phantom type things.
Yeah, and they made you see your biggest fears.
Right.
I thought.
Well, no, not.
They're not called Death Eaters.
Not
Death
necessarily
Eaters just the people that follow Voldemort. You're thinking of the my gosh, I just read the whole series earlier this year.
The thing that makes you feel unpleasant.
Dementors.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's
what you're thinking of, but it's not a Dementor. So when Harry,
it was a lighter version of a Dementor.
When Harry saw this thing, it turned into a Dementor.
That's why.
But it's not.
I can't think of what it's called.
And then he like, but yeah. So Pennywise is basically this thing that hides in the closet, and it just feeds on fears and like eats people and stuff. And like the more I watch like other popular stuff from before Harry Potter was written, the more I see she just like took from all these different sources and kind of combined them together.
Like the Worst Witch.
The Worst Witch, yeah, she just blatantly ripped off the Worst Witch, and I mean she wrote it better for sure, but
the movies were definitely produced better.
Yeah, absolutely. But then what was I watching? So I was watching Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, and one of the characters on there had the Deathly Hallows painted on their face. The symbol, the triangle, the wand.
I think I do remember
and the circle.
Seeing that.
Yeah, it was a lady. She had it painted on her face because she was like the original soul or the best soul or whatever. Because it was the cult of the people that like found that were in the house when the machine got transported there or whatever. So, but yeah, it was. So the Deathly Hallows was taken from that, and like elements of that I actually noticed could have been derived into Harry Potter as well.
Well, but you can also see that with a lot of things sometimes.
There is this thing where your brain assimilates stuff, and like so you'll watch a movie, and then you'll forget all about the movie, but like a couple years down the lane, your brain will be like, "Hey, here's this brand new idea that nobody has ever thought of," and you'll realize, and then someone will be like, "No, that came from this movie." And you'll think that it's unique, but you did see that movie, and your brain is just repackaging and giving it back to you.
So that thing that in Harry Potter that turns into anything, it's called a Bogart.
Bogart.
Yeah.
Bogart. Yeah.
Bogart.
Yeah.
Okay. It was bugging you. You had to look it up. I gave up.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I had to look it up, but like, yeah, it just turns into whatever they fear. I think.
Didn't it not turn into something on somebody?
Well, no, I think it kind of turned into everything, but then
when Harry Potter went up and it started to turn into the Dementor, like he shut it up real quick because he was afraid it was gonna cause problems.
Yeah.
He didn't want to deal with a Dementor in there.
Lupin had the moon, and then like Neville had like Snape, and he like they.
Oh, he made him dress and drag.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So they said ridiculous, and then it just kind of turned into something else that they thought was kind of silly.
Yeah.
They had snakes, like someone
and
had
the giant
a snake,
spiders.
and spider. But they kind of changed it into something that would not resemble exactly what they were like afraid of.
Yeah. Well, we probably should wrap it up. We went a little long. So, famous last words.
Ridiculo.
Bogart.
Hocus pocus.